Hi there, Kristen again, coming to you today once more as the craft lady. Now, today we're going to start with something that is very exciting and near and dear to me because we are entering into that much anticipated and beloved season of Advent. There's a lot going on, and it is often a very busy time in the church, but it's also a very fun and joyful time. Now, I know that there are dozens, if not probably hundreds or maybe even thousands, of craftable options out there for Advent. There's a lot that you can do. You can do pre-made stuff. You can do homemade stuff. You can do fancy stuff. You can do not so fancy stuff. There's a lot of Christmas crafts out there that are really fun. But I'm going to show you two today to get you started on the season of Advent. Don't worry, there are plenty more to come. But we're going to focus on two today that sort of ring in and begin this season of anticipation as we lead up to Christmas. And for both of these, you're going to need some toilet paper or paper towel tubes. Now, if you don't have a lot of these lying around at home, or if you haven't been saving them because you just save things like that, not that I would do that, you can always take one or take a paper towel tube and cut it into pieces, and you'll just have smaller pieces. But you can still do that for both of these crafts. The first thing we're going to make is an Advent candle wreath. Now, there are different takes that you can do on this. I'm going to show you one option. So you're going to need 4 of these. You're going to need a paper plate. If you would like to, you can cut out the center of the paper plate, but I kind of find for sturdiness factor that it works a little bit better if you keep it all together. So you're going to have the kids decorate their tubes to be candles. Now, you can do this, you can paint them if you're feeling extra adventurous. The warning, you have to watch what kind of paint you use because some of them will chip. You can have them color with crayons. You can have them color with markers, write their name, mark over it. You can do stickers and have them put some stickers on it. It's kind of up to you. Or what else you can do is you can take paper and you can cut paper into strips and then wrap the strips around it and glue or tape. That might be kind of the easiest way to go. But you might want to save some of that paper as well because you also are more than welcome to decorate the plate. Now again, this you can do with markers or stickers or crayons. This you can do with paint. You can do it with glitter if you like glitter. Or you can also take the paper strips and using some scissors, you can cut some leaf shapes out of the green paper. And then you may attach those to your plate as well with glue or tape to make sort of a little wreathy feel of things. Now, here's the trick that I would like to show you for attaching the tubes onto the wreath, because obviously if you just glue, it's not going to stick well. You can cut little holes in the plate and stick them through the holes, but that can get a little tricky because you have to make sure you have just the right size. So here's the hack that I like to do. And you can do this after you decorate the tube, but you're going to cut some strips in the bottom of the tube, probably just 4, maybe 5 cuts. This will allow, and you don't need to go up very far, maybe just an inch up. This will allow you to make a flatter surface because you're going to pop out these little guys. And now you can actually lay this flat. So you can use glue, you can use tape. I have found the best method is a stapler. So I would recommend using a stapler. If you don't like your kids being on staplers and you just want to do glue, that's fine. They'll just have to wait a couple seconds for it to dry, otherwise it'll be flopping all over the place. So you're going to staple. And it may only need one staple, maybe a reinforcing piece of tape. You need a couple of staples, just kind of depending on how you're situated there. And you're going to repeat that process with all 4 of your candles. Now, Advent candles are not necessarily red. You can make them red if you want it to be Christmassy. You can do blue and purple and pink if you want it to be more the liturgical Advent season colors. And then you can talk about what these candles mean as you go through the seasons of Advent. And you can talk about the hope candle and the Christ candle and the different ones as you go through that season, if that's what your church does. And so as you go through, after you put all of your candles on your wreath, I would recommend that each week, because Advent has the different weeks, each week of Advent you can light a new candle. And this you can do with several things. You can do paper, you can do pipe cleaner, you can do maybe some pom-poms, or you can do tissue paper. The tissue paper is kind of fun because what you can do is you can tuck the tissue paper way down in there, and then you're ready, and then when it's Advent time or when it's the next Sunday, you can just pop that out of the tube. So if you have all of your tissue paper hiding down, so this is the finished product. It is not stellar fabulous. I just did red and I just did green leaves. But then each week you have your tissue paper down there and you can pull it out to light your Advent candle. And then you have your little wreath and you have that at home. You can have it on a desk or a table or whatever. So that's number one, your Advent wreath. Number two also has to do with Advent, and it's a little bit different. You're going to make your own Advent calendar. And so you're going to, once again, need your handy dandy paper towel or toilet paper or whatever kind of tubes you have. And you can do this just for a week, or you can do it for the whole 24 days ahead of time. Again, if you don't have 24 of these bad boys lying around, you can always cut them into strips, or you can use little cups or something else. It's kind of a flexible activity. Now what you're going to do is you're going to put them together and you're going to attach them to something. You can use a paper plate again, or you can use a piece of construction paper. And again, I recommend for putting them together, probably going to want to use that stapler. And you're going to, tape would work as well, but stapler is probably going to be the best, sturdiest option. So you're going to attach those tubes one to the other. It does get a little tricky as you add more tubes. And if you want to make it like a fun Christmas tree shape or a star or just rose, something elaborate, you can do it however you prefer. Now you're going to also need some construction paper once again, and you're going to cut out some circles that are going to cover the opening of the tube. And on those circles, you're going to number the days of Advent. Again, you can do this. You can make just one and then repeat it each week, or you can make your whole 24, or you can just do it for 1 week of Advent, however you prefer to do it, because it does take a little preparation. So you're going to number those days, and then you're going to attach it. It doesn't have to be exactly the same size as the tube. It just has to be able to kind of cover the opening. And you're going to attach your numbered papers to the tube, and they can decorate these as well. You can throw on some stickers, you can color, you can crayon. This is a great rainy or snowy day activity. You can just take the whole afternoon getting ready and making your Advent calendar. And then the idea here, fast forwarding slightly, is once you have all of your tubes put together, you're going to attach them to plate, piece of paper, piece of cardboard, something where they're solid on the back. And you can do this. This probably is going to work. You can do the folding method like we did with the wreath, or you can just tape them. You can probably get enough tape to just solidly tape them down onto your plate or paper. Then what you're going to do is you're going to place something inside of each tube. So you have your lovely Advent calendar. So this is just 1 week's worth. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you can kind of tuck those little strips down a little bit. Or you can tape them to the other side. And then each day, they're going to open up the tube and see what's inside. So what you have hidden inside could be something like a little piece of candy, or it could be something that they should do. This could be a Bible verse, could be a special prayer that they say. This one says, help someone at home with chores. So it could be wrap a present, drink some cocoa, sing a favorite Christmas carol, tell your dad I love you, Bible verse from Matthew, Luke, Mark, John. It could be a whole number of things, but you have something to look forward to every day that you open your little strip, and they can take this all the way off or just fold it back or leave it dangling there. And then you have your countdown to Advent calendar. Again, this is just 1 week, but you can do the whole 24 days if you like, or however you prefer to do it. But make it your own, make it fun, make it joyful, put a Bible verse on it to remind you of why we're celebrating and what Advent means. It's the coming of Christ, and we can be excited and eagerly anticipate that. So I hope that you have a great time. There will be plenty more crafts on the way as you celebrate this season, and have a wonderful week. Go make disciples and go make some fun crafts. See you next time.